let me grab that screen again. Did I do share yet? Share. Okay. Okay, welcome to our virtual team meeting for April. Look at all of the new consultants, guys. And if you're on your phone, I apologize. It's probably really small, but across my very large computer screen, there are a lot of names on here. Okay, so I think we had 87 recruits. I have the number on the next screen, but I think there's 87. That is so many. I'm so excited about how many new people we brought in last month. I'm super excited for our team. I'm super excited. The way it's broken down, you see the new consultant on the left and you see the recruiter on the right. So all of these people that stepped out and welcome new people into their team. Congratulations to everyone that shared the blessing. And remember, the same kit that a lot of these people signed up with is still available to the 15th of the month. Okay, they extended that because they knew with all the COVID-19 stuff towards the end of the month that happened, they wanted to give you at least another couple weeks to extend this kit opportunity. Okay, so be sure, if you know anyone, guys, for that $19.80 price, there's a lot of people that could use a little extra money right now. Okay, so be sure that you're sharing this with everyone that you know. So there it is, 88. So 211,000 was it's our second highest month ever. Okay, so this first highest month was back in November, I think. So this is the second highest month that we have ever had. So give your guys like a huge hand because 211,000 for our organization is awesome. Welcoming 88 people to our team. Okay, very, very cool. So if you have a minute, I know that we're finishing up a booking blitz today. If you have not went in and recorded your bookings on that booking blitz, be sure you get them in because I'm going to be doing the last of those drawings. Okay, for every 10 people that booked parties, I'm doing a drawing for them, okay, out of those people. So be sure that you get in there, you record. Now these are new bookings between the last few days that we've been doing for our booking blitz. So be sure if you haven't recorded your new bookings that you are in our booking blitz, which is in the events on our Team PC Hotshot page. So be sure you go in there, check out all of the tips under the announcements of that event. So there's some good tips in there of different things on how to get some bookings if you haven't seen that yet. Our next booking blitz, okay, which will be similar to the one that we're doing now. We want to make sure that our May is booked as well. It's going to be April 28th through May 2nd. Okay, so if you want to write that on your calendar so you're ready, you know that it's coming up. That's when our next booking blitz, so all these giveaways just like the one that we're doing. So be ready for that coming towards the end of the month. Also, the virtual team meeting is going to be May 5th. So May 5th, and that will be what we're doing similar tonight. I usually like to bring guest speakers on to talk about different things that will help us in our business. So the next one will be on May 5th, which is a Tuesday. Every Sunday this month, guys, there's going to be an opportunity event. Okay, I announce them on Sundays. Opportunity events, several of you may have joined one of those before you joined our team. It is just posts on a group page where you can invite people. It goes from about 8 to 9 o'clock. They can be added to this event. They can get information about the business and we can answer some of the questions that they have, okay? So every Sunday, there will be the opportunity events. Okay, here's some news from home office. Springtime solutions. Aren't those cute, guys? Look at the little Easter houses you guys can make right now. Speaking of, I probably need to figure out how to do this for my kids this week. So lots of people cooking at home. This is a cute little house. These houses can be done for more than just your gingerbread type houses. The little, like they have ocean ones for the summer. You can make little beach houses. Just lots of fun things that you can do with these houses. So April is Kit Enhancement Month. Okay, for those of you that have been in the business, if you are new This happens in your 4th month of the business. Okay, so once you're past your 90 days, that next month, you get a kit enhancement month. Okay, if you guys have been in the business for a few months, you have the opportunity to get 40% off, but I think you do have to be active. It's 2 out of the 3 last months. Okay, so if you were not active out of the last few months before this month, you may not have that opportunity. Okay, so mine just popped up at the top of my page saying April is Kit Enhancement Month. You can get 40% off. Now, it is a one-time shopping spree. Don't go in and grab a few things and then try to go back in. Your shopping spree is over, and then you're going to be really sad. Okay, so it's a one-time shopping spree of 40% off. Okay, you can use, if you do have any PC bucks, you can use them to pay for that. Oh, there it is. Be active for 3, if I would have just read a little further, there it is. Be active for 3 consecutive months before this time. The retail value before discount cannot exceed $600. Okay, so know that the limit is $600 worth of merchandise that you can get at 40% off. With this discount, quantity is limited to 1 of each item. So don't go in thinking that you can get like 5 or 3 or however many air fryers, okay? So 1 item, but you can get as many things up till $600. All right, so this was made, I think, before they announced, nope, it is on there. Host in April and get an extra $50 to spend on products when their sales are 200 or more, or get an extra $100 to spend when guest sales are $650 or more. Okay, so those are really great bonuses, guys. Okay, so if their party's over $200, they get an extra $50 and free. If their party gets just $650, they're going to get an extra $100 in free. So if they normally at the $650 range, you would get $115 in free. So now they're getting $215 in free. Okay, for a $200 party, they're getting $70 in free versus $20 in free. Okay, tortilla warmer, I love that little guy. I use it every single time we make tacos. Throw those tortillas in there, warm it up. It's a great free gift this month for all your guests that spend $80. Okay, and recruiting. Okay, I just talked to you guys about the fact that that 1980 kit is here until the 15th of the month. So be sure, guys, that you are sharing that with everyone, because after the 15th, it goes away. Okay, and only the $99, $159, and $249 kit will be there. Okay, so that $1980 option will not be there anymore. And I know that for sure because I was on a call about it, and they said we will not have it. It's not going to be like, oh, guess what? It's extended 15 more days. We're not going to have that. Okay, so obviously, we all know that we've had some issues over the last several weeks with the COVID-19, okay? So Julie Ritter is going to be sharing with us about these Feed America fundraisers, how they are, they're increasing, how much they are giving for them, okay? And these are the parties that we are gonna work together to do next week, okay, are these Feed America ones. So I know she's going to be talking about that. So be ready to think about who might be interested in doing one of these Feed America fundraisers. All right, so Roundup from the Heart. Okay, so if you guys don't know, if you're newer and you're like, I don't know what Roundup from the Heart campaign is, okay, I want to break it down and show you a few of these things. So product sales on the Roundup from the Heart, okay, there are some of the products that they contribute $1 to the Feeding America's national program, okay? Each dollar helps provide 10 meals to end hunger, okay, for every dollar. So Roundup, customers can round their orders up to the nearest dollar, and that contribution goes to the Feed America, and it's local, okay? So wherever you are, okay, or wherever the order takes place, okay, then that is where they're going to donate to the local food pantry. So update on fundraiser contributions. So the regular fundraiser donation is 10 to 15%. But because so many people are facing food insecurity right now, we're doubling our fundraiser donation from March 1st to April 30th, which means Feed America can receive up to 30% of the proceeds from a fundraiser to help families during these challenging times, because they know that there are going to be people that are needing food right now more than ever. Okay, so Pampered Chef is doubling from 15 to 30% to give to these Feed America fundraisers. Okay, so those people that may not book a party for you regularly, okay, they may book a fundraiser for you to help this cause. Okay, so be thinking through these people. For each party booked from a Feed America fundraiser, they're doubling. Normally they give $3 contribution. They're doubling it to $6 contribution. Okay, so they're doubling for the bookings that you get as well. So that's a great way to get bookings during these, because you can let them know they're doubling the contribution for that as well. Okay, so you guys see on our, if you're on Team PC Hotshots and you see the hashtag 4GetYouMore, okay, every time you have 4 parties in a week, if you hop on Team PC Hotshots and you put the host names, the date the parties are starting, and put the hashtag 4GetYouMore, okay, I do drawings 2 times a month for Happy Meal from that hashtag in particular. Okay, because we know that having 4 parties in a week, okay, you could have a higher party, you can have maybe an average party, a lower party, maybe 1 party doesn't make, maybe a couple lower, maybe 2 in the middle, okay, but having 4 parties is going to get you a much more consistent business, because if you're having maybe 1 party week and say that party doesn't do very well, then you're left frustrated that week because you had an unsuccessful party, okay, but if you have multiple parties in a week, and a few of them do good and maybe one of them doesn't, you're not as discouraged about that one that doesn't do good, okay, because you have others that did. So I look more at the average of a week versus how much each party did, okay? So, and for every 4 parties you have, looking for 1 person that may be interested in the business to join your team, whether it's the host, whether it's your rock star guests, okay? So every 4, add 1 more is kind of Pampered Chef's theme. And so for every 4 parties, looking to have that 1 person to add to your team. All right, selling tools and tips. Okay, so I want to share with you guys this, because going live is the way that I have booked the majority of my parties lately. Okay, I show that air fryer, I just show what I'm cooking for dinner, and people are contacting me right and left to say, hey, I want that air fryer. How can I have a party? Okay, so be sure that if you have never went live, okay, even if you go live and you don't show yourself, because we know we all look probably pretty awesome at this point, not ever leaving the house, throwing hairs, you know, our hair up in my ponytail. This is pretty much my do these days. I did throw on some flashy silver earrings to take away from looking at the hair in the ponytail, okay? But if you don't want to show yourself, turn the camera and show the products. Okay, that's what I do a lot of times. Check out what I'm making in the air fryer. I don't necessarily turn it around and show myself. Okay, I show the food. They don't care to see me anyways. Okay, so if you guys are not going live, here are some of the things, some of the tips that you can do when you're going live, whether it's in your parties, okay, letting them know what you're talking about. Here's what I'm making for dinner tonight. I'm going to show you guys some of the products that I am using in my kitchen this evening. Okay, goal of the video, give a brief explanation of what you'll share and why. Engage. The best part of going live is connecting with your audience. Relate, explain the problem you'll solve and refer to your real life experiences. Okay, when I talk about the air fryer, I talk about how amazing it is and how quickly it gets dinner on the table, not having to heat up the oven, okay? So I focus on the differences of when I cook dinner in my air fryer tonight. What did I experience? Share the product's features and benefits while you're cooking. Paint a picture that shows how your audience can incorporate this product and its benefit into their lives right now. Tell your audience what you want them to do. Be empathetic and relevant with the times. When they respond, private message them and lead with service first. Okay, I think that's a really big deal, guys. So when I'm messaging these people back, okay, you can say things like, oh, yes, I can totally see you using this air fryer. You know, do you have an air fryer already, or is this a product that you've been wanting? You know, talking, not just go, hey, you want to book a party because I saw you wanted that air fryer. Okay. I start a conversation with them, talking to them about their family if I haven't chatted with them a while. You know, how are things going? How are you guys doing in this difficult time? Is everything going okay in your family? Then saying, you know, if you are interested in this, you actually can get it, you know, at 50% off or free or whatever, you know, by having one of these parties. So going live is a great way to get those bookings. All right, so here's some ways to increase sales in April. Okay, if you guys didn't know, 30% off Enrichables. Okay, so that is important to know. And the price breaks down, I think, on the next page. Kitchen helper sales. Customers can get the microwave pasta cooker, the breakfast sandwich maker, the microwave popcorn maker, the salad cutting bowl, and multicolored kitchen utensil sets for just $20 each in April. Okay, so they have some of these kitchen products. They have them, the price cut down on them because they know that these are some things that people can use right now. Okay, so they have them discounted. So kids products, my kids love the kids in the kitchen products. Okay, so if you have kids or you have grandkids, you know, no better way than to show the kids what they're doing, how they're helping in the kitchen right now is a great thing because kids are at home. Okay, so there's that tortilla warmer again with the $80 purchase. All right, so Enrichables. Normally, kale and fiber is $20. Okay, I mean $29. It's $20 now. The pea protein is $20. And if you want both of them together, normally the set is $49. It is on sale for $34. Okay, and it shows you your commissionable value off of each of these. Okay, and you can do these where people will get them and it will ship them to them every single month. Okay, so you can have it on a repeat order if they are interested in these Enrichables. All right, so if you guys haven't seen, some things are on delay right now. Okay, like Rock Crack items are on stop ship. Okay, I saw a post earlier of some of the different things that I need to post in our Team PC Hot Shots of some products that are like the adjustable course grater is on stop ship. I know the Rock Crack products on stop ship right now. Okay, so some products in our catalog are on, they're not shipping them anymore temporarily while all this is going on. Okay, and they can't be made, but there are some products that are on now. If people have them in their cart, they're still going to get these items. Okay, but if they don't have them in their cart, they won't be able to add them. So I actually took out the post of the Rock Crocs today. Okay, because I don't want people upset because they can't buy it. You know, so I did take that post out of the outline. Out of mine personally, I left it in the one that you guys see. So if you see it in there and you want to take it out, you guys can do that. So when we have it in stock, it doesn't mean that your customers can't order these products. The back order product will ship separately when we have it in stock, and we'll hold up the rest of your customers' orders. Okay, so those are the back order ones. Some are on stop ship though completely. So in April, these guys are so cute. I'm so excited to get these. Okay, so you can earn 2 of these little tiny cast iron skillets. They're 5.5 inches. So they're gonna be a $45 value. So just submit $7.50 in sales this month and you can earn both of these little guys, this cast iron set. So I'm super excited about these. All right, so share the quick start kit. Okay, I've already talked to you guys, extended through April 15th. In honor of our 40th anniversary, which is this year, your hosts and guests can start their own Pampered Chef business for $19.80. Here are the things that it comes with: apron, spring and summer catalogs, season's best, party planners, opportunity brochures, enrichable samples. They get 24/7 access to Dash and the trainings, and they're going to get their 90-day subscription for free. Okay, so extended through the 15th. All right, the Fast Track rewards are extended for April as well. Now consultants who join April 1st through 30th will get an extra 30 days to earn their Fast Track rewards. Okay, so that means the product rewards for selling, the cash rewards for recruiting, and up to $3,000 for promoting. they are getting an extension of 30 days if they join this month. Okay, whether it's the new kid at the the 1980 kid at the beginning, or towards the end when they're getting one of the other kits, they're going to get one of those extensions, the 30-day extension. All right, so traveling with us. Okay, 2 different cruises that we can earn this year. So there's a 3-night Bahamas cruise, which is a level 1. Level 2 and level 2 elite are a 7-night Eastern Caribbean cruise. Okay, so 5 ways. For every $1, you get a point. Every $1 you sell, you get a point. Build your team, you get 3,000 points when you help your new consultant qualify in the earning period. Okay, so, and the earning period means if they qualify by the end of the year. Okay, so if you have a consultant under you, okay, as long as they qualify in the earning period of this trip, you get 3,000 points for them. So for every month you meet the paid as requirements for team leader through national executive director, you earn points, extra points for these trips when you're paid at your title. Director promotion points when you promote a director, or re-promote within the earning period, you'll get a one-time 5,000 points to celebrate, and you can earn up to 6,000 points when you add a director to your team. Excellence awards, they are going, the earning period for this is, the end of it is May 31st. New period starts June 1st. Okay, so excellence awards is for sales and recruiting and developing leaders and organizational sales, which as a team we have already earned the organizational sales reward. All right, so with this, okay, I have to preface it with, some of you may not see your name on here. This is a $1,000 party, okay? I can only see the statistics of my first through my 3rd generation. Okay, some of you are under people that are in my 4th, 5th, or 6th generation, which I can't see your statistics. Okay, so if you're like, well, I had a $1,000 party, type in the chat that you had, if you don't see your name on here, okay, because most likely it's because you are beyond what I can see. Okay, but we want to celebrate you too, so be sure on the next couple pages that I have that you know, if I didn't put you on here, it's not because I missed you or I just left you out on purpose. Okay, it's because I cannot see your sales. Okay, so be sure to post in the chat so we can cheer you on and celebrate with you. So look at all of these amazing people that had over $1,000 parties last month. Okay, so lots of people on here. So give yourselves a round of applause if you were one of these people that had $1,000 parties. Excellent, excellent, excellent job, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not sure who else on here. I haven't looked at all of the names. Okay, so we had some new director promotions last month. I know Joanna is on here. I see her. So she promoted to director, along with Mindy Phillips promoted to director as well. I'm not sure if Mindy, I can only see portions of you on here. So if Mindy is on here, congratulations. And then because Mindy promoted, Gina became an advanced director because Mindy is under Gina. So let's give a big congratulations to these 3 ladies because they worked so hard to make this happen. So way to go. They are officially all directors and Gina is an advanced director. So Gina just turned advanced director and she got to attend this training for Chicago the last couple of days. So I'm sure her mind was a little like, phew, because she got a lot to take in her very first couple of days as a director. Okay, so here is our top 20. Guys, look at these sales. Number 1 for organization, Tony Patterson had over $17,000 in sales. Okay, once again, if your name, if you had within these sales and you don't see your name on here, be sure to type in the chat. We want to celebrate with you. Okay, I don't want to leave you guys all out, but type in the chat if you fell within here because we want to celebrate you too. So Melissa Myers, 8,182. Mindy Phillips, who just promoted, 7,274. Brenda Brunn, 6,245. Trisha McMurrin, 5,953. Leslie Williams, 5,880. Holly Austin, 5,457. Tammy Aiken, 5,339. Alyssa Brumbar, 4,533. Michelle Richmond, 4,304. Mandy Heineson, 4,031. Julie Kelly, 3,787. Dorothy Parker, 3,229. Trisha Crawford, 3,161. Jill Fogo, 3,060. April McGuire, 2,969. Christine Martinez, 2,951. Denna Finney, 2,729. And Misty Schick, 2,499. Joanna, yes, you just turned to my 4th gen, honey pie. So Joanna had 2,930. So congratulations, Joanna. That's one thing, Joanna, you'll have to keep me updated now. No, Joanna, you should be in my 3rd gen. You're my 3rd, aren't you?
Yeah, she's your 3rd.
Yeah, I don't know why
she's directly under me, so.
Yeah, you should be on here, Joanna. So congratulations, dear. Joanna had 2,930. Great job. Pam, 2,530. Pam is in my 4th gen, so that's why I cannot see her. Way to go, Pam. Any other ones that we missed on here? Okay, awesome job. Way to go. Everyone, let's give them a round of applause because these sales are amazing. Okay, so National Conference, the event that we have every year. Okay, we are not sure yet whether it's going to be in person or a live streamed event. What I do know is that if it has to be a live streamed event because we cannot travel to Chicago, I do know they will be paying a company. It's not going to be like a Zoom call like this. It is going to actually be a live streamed event that they're going to do. Okay, so do know that. All right. So just a quick look, next month, we have May's special, okay, 60% off cookware. And then the guest special is one of the turners, the small slotted turner or the nylon turner. So that's what they can get next month for free with $80 in sales. All right. There you have it. So congratulations, guys, on a great month. Super excited for everyone and how well you guys did. So I'm looking here. I see her. I spy you, Julie. Okay, so I'm going to change the view to speaker view on my end. So on the recording, I show Miss Julie. And so if you guys want to change your view to speaker view, up in the top right corner, you can either see a bajillion people or there's a way that you can see just the speaker. So if you want to change that. So I am so excited to have Julie on this call though. Julie is absolutely amazing. Julie, I was bragging on you already how much I got to hear from you the last couple days because you are awesome and an amazing leader. She is a senior executive with Pampered Chef, and if there's a creative idea out there, this lady will figure it out. She has just the most creative ideas, and I'm always like, ah, oh, that's a great idea, Julie. I'm going to steal it. So I always appreciate her and how creative she is and what she brings to our executive team. So Julie, we are very excited to hear from you. So let me, or you can unmute yourself.
I think I'm unmuted. Can you hear me through the headphones?
Yes.
Perfect. Good. Well, ladies, I did not tidy up the face. I was up early this morning for Empower, so I apologize, especially if you have speaker view on. So I'll scoot back just a little bit. I am thrilled to talk to y'all. I love Melody to pieces. We got to hang out in Paris together. We actually ate dinner together on our dinner cruise, and it was such a treat. So you guys are just so spoiled to have Melody. So everything she tells you to do, just do it. I get to talk to you tonight about fundraisers, and I'll tell you that fundraising is something I'm super passionate about. And, you know, I realize that some of you on this call tonight know some things about it. Some of you know nothing about it. And so Forgive me if there's a repeat for you, but I feel like we need to cover all the bases. So just, nod your head if you already knew this. First things first, when someone hosts a fundraiser, they are forfeiting host rewards as far as free products and mainly the discounted products. They do get the 60% off item for whatever month they're hosting in. And we don't call a fundraiser person a host. I think that's confusing. We call them a chairperson. So that just helps you with your, verbiage. So the chairperson of a fundraiser gets the 60% off item for the month. Now, we do get paid commission on fundraisers, but it's slightly reduced. So our starting commission in a normal month is 20% if you don't have your career sales yet. And again, I don't want to bog you down with details, but I'll just kind of give you a little hint to it. We make 15% instead on a fundraiser versus 20. But as you've earned your overrides, you would just add on from 15% and go up from there. Now, if you're thinking, well, dang, then why would I want to do fundraisers and take a cut in pay? Most fundraisers are larger than your average party. So in my opinion, at the end of the day, we're still getting paid very well for our efforts, and we can feel really good about making a big difference. Before we wrap up tonight, I will go into good detail about Feeding America, but I'm going to keep it generic to start with. So I will tell you, I have a goal to do 2 or more fundraisers every single month. I don't think there's a season for fundraisers. In my opinion, fundraisers are year round. So where do we find fundraisers? How do we get fundraisers? Well, I am a scout. I am always looking. One place that you can look really well on is Facebook. So if you're on Facebook anyway, the minute, and again, this was a little more apparent when school was in and kids were not housebound, but when our life goes back to normal, which it will, when kids are back in school or they're playing sports again, the minute you see someone saying, oh, we're having a garage sale or we're selling a butter braid or something horrendous like that, you will then buy a butter braid. Yes, you will. And then you will say, hey, Melody, I'm so excited to get the butter braid. Not really, but you're going to say, I'm so excited to get this butter braid. I'm wondering, did you know that Pampered Chef also does fundraisers? I would love to help your group earn even more money. It's very easy. We can do it all online. Done. So I will tell you, every butter braid I've bought has paid off and gotten me some great fundraisers. If I see someone struggling with anything, if someone talks about going on a mission trip this summer, I'm going to be messaging them. Wow, how can I support you? Oh, I'll be praying for your trip. Do you want to tell me more about it? Would you be interested in a fundraiser? I don't know if you know, but Pampered Chef does fundraisers. Do you all know most of the time when I say, did you know Pampered Chef does fundraisers? What do you think I hear? I hear no. I had no idea that people do fundraisers for Pampered Chef. So you can stalk Facebook. You can also advertise at your parties. If there's any of you cooking consultants still out there, we will do cooking parties again someday. And on the front of my catalog, I use it as a billboard. And so I advertise with different colored labels. One that says, do you know anyone getting married? I do bridal showers and bridal registry. I have another one, this little yellow one right here says, ask me about fundraising. It's easier than you think. And then of course I say, join my Facebook group for an extra ticket. You can do the cover of my catalog in a graphic in a virtual party as well. So I would ask you right now, do you post about fundraisers in your virtual parties? Do you look for them? I look for them at every virtual party, every live party, every catalog party, because I think they're just one of the coolest things that we do. So you're also going to plan that you're going to have what I call a trigger product. A trigger product is something that you train your brain every time you use it. You go into either your booking spiel, your recruit spiel, or your fundraiser, bridal shower, whatever spiel. So let me give you an example. At a cooking show or at a virtual where I might be going live, if I had an excuse to use the scoop, I would use the scoop whether I was doing the meatballs or whatever I was demoing. And I would say, this is a great scoop. It's really fun for cookie dough. Speaking of cookie dough, if you're sick of $10 cookie dough and wrapping paper rolls, you should find out more from me about our Pampered Chef fundraiser. Like you guys, I could be dead asleep in the middle of the night. Someone could shake me awake, hand me a scoop, and I would go into my spiel about fundraisers. That's what you need to train your brain to do, is to have a trigger product. And FYI, I have the same thing for bridal shower. Who puts salt and pepper in every recipe? I do, whether it's a demo on Facebook for virtual or if it's at a live. And every time I use this, I go, oh my gosh, I love the salt and pepper mill. It is the best wedding gift ever. If you know anyone getting married, the very best thing you can do for them is host a bridal shower or give me their information so they can do a registry. Now, that wasn't part of tonight's training. That was a bonus for you. So you're welcome. So ask yourself what trigger products that you can put into place for your virtuals or for your live that will help you not forget. I'm sure I'm not the only one that wraps up a party and thinks, oh no, I forgot to say this, this, or this. And we hate when that happens. And you don't want fundraisers to be one of those things that you forget to mention. Okay. So let's talk about some cool things that you can do for fundraisers. We do most of our fundraisers now, I do virtually online. Don't let that stress you out. It's a regular virtual party. It's your regular template. However, you're going to add words like, instead of click here for a shopping link or look at the pinned post for the shopping link, you're going to say, click here to support the fundraiser, or check the shopping link at the top for the fundraiser link, right? So again, it's not a big deal. You can totally manage this. You don't need a new fancy template. I do often ask the person for their website information. Like I did a nurse recently going on a mission trip. I went to her website, I got a picture of their logo, and I made a cover photo that had her information. If I could put a picture of the nurse on there, and then I asked her to do a post, hey, will you tell us specifically about what you're raising the money for? And then I make that the announcement post. For school groups, you're always going to find out what specifically are we raising money for, and then you'll reference that back. Maybe one post a day is about what they're raising money for. Okay. Now, some cool things you can do. You can have big organizations that within that organization, you have sellers. So for instance, I did a theater group. I've done a couple theater groups, and I gave out 20 packets. So my packets would be one full catalog, a couple of printed order forms, and maybe a couple of mini catalogs. And all of them have the label that has the shopping link for that theater group. And then I have incentives for the kids that were doing it. One of the best incentives I've had that gets the best results, I should say, is a scavenger hunt. So it's a fundraiser scavenger hunt. This is really good for kids. Like, find one relative that will buy a popcorn maker. Find a teacher that orders the garlic press, or like whatever. And you just give them a fundraiser scavenger hunt, and they can turn it in at the end for tickets. And so you decide how big it is and what you want to invest in. Your budget can be $5 for an incentive, or $20 or $25. When I've done fundraisers for like daycare centers, I let the grand prize be a $25 credit, and one of the parents wins and they get to pick something for their own kitchen. So anyway, scavenger hunts are really fun. Of course, I can do a gift certificate as a prize too, and then they can only redeem it through me, and that gives me future business with whoever the winner is as well. Now, I want you to think about for a second what Pampered Chef donates to that organization. If the sales for the organization are under $600, it's a 10% donation. If it's over $600, it's 15%. Now, some of you might be thinking, oh boy, that doesn't sound like a ton. But what I'm going to tell you, I started the night with, our sales are usually pretty big on fundraisers. Why? Because people don't want $12 wrapping paper and another tub of cookie dough in the freezer. This is things that they're going to use anyway. And we are one of the only companies that does not change our catalog for a fundraiser. So I want you to think about that. There's companies that give 40%, 50%, but it's not their normal catalog. It's a catalog with inflated prices. So your consumers are paying more for the same thing they could get if it wasn't a fundraiser. And I just give you that not to put down any other fundraisers, but to give you confidence. Don't blink your eye and think, oh, this isn't good enough. It's way good enough, and you can make a big difference for people. So that would be kind of some of the logistics parts of this fundraiser business. what I want to talk specifically about tonight in a little more detail, and then I'll open up for questions if I've talked too fast or missed something critical. And Melody, if I missed anything, for sure, fill us in. But I would be remiss. I'm not trying to get choked up, honestly. I just had to cough and I don't have the virus. I would be remiss if I did not tell you, Feeding America fundraiser, you need to pinky swear right now that you're going to not let this month end without going after a Feeding America fundraiser. You guys, they are doubling the donation, and I need you to hear this. With sales over $600, Pampered Chef is going to donate 30%. So I want you to know a $600 fundraiser will generate $180. Let me say this slow enough so you really let it sink in. $180 will go to the food bank or kitchen pantry closest to your zip code or whoever the chairperson is. Do you know what $180 does? 1,800 meals. 1,800 meals. If you don't do a fundraiser this month, you are keeping somebody from some meals. And I'm not trying to be dramatic. I'm just being super serious. People will support your fundraiser. Last month, Melody and I got home from Paris and the world was in chaos. And I did not have as many parties that were virtual as I wanted. I had a bunch of cooking shows still scheduled. And I was like, what am I going to do to save this month? And I'm like, I'm going all in for the Feeding America fundraiser. You guys, people came out of the woodwork. My fundraiser was $2,800 that I gathered in like 5 days. And I supplied, well, I got my whole team on board, as many as they could rally fast enough, but we had enough to gather to supply 24,300 meals. And we did that in a 5-day mega party. You guys, 24,000. Do you know how many people that helps right now that really need it? We must take advantage of this Feeding America fundraiser. And so if you don't know that much about it, it's on page 31 of the catalog. And on the right-hand side near the bottom, it actually tells you more about the Feeding America products that get designated every purchase. And you know right now it's the cut and seal and the scoop and spread. So in your party, you're going to, of course, focus on those products, not focus on your heavens. You're not going to build a template around it, but I mean, you're going to for sure at least post about it because that's a great double dip. And then, you know, when people round up their order to the nearest dollar, that is 100% donation, not 30%. Every penny is a direct donation to the food bank closest to your house or your chairperson's house. People want to help right now. So I did a fundraiser email to my customer group, and right away I told them there was 3 ways they could help me feed America. My subject line was, please help me feed America. I know that sounds dramatic, but if you don't really believe that's true, I'm not being insincere. I'm being super sincere. So number 1 was, will you host a fundraiser with you and your friends? We'll do it all online. Number 2, will you attend my party? Number 3, will you place an order? Those were the 3 options I gave my customers. And do you know, I just had orders one day, like probably 12 orders just rolled in. Now, I would be lying if I told you I got 10 people that said, hey, let me do a fundraiser. They did not. But every person who placed an order with me, I texted them and I said, Melody, thank you so much for supporting my Feeding America fundraiser. Did you know your order supplied? And I told her how many meals. And I said, would you please consider doing a fundraiser with your friends this month as well? And I will tell you 3 of the people that I had reached out to with a thank you for their order turned around and booked their own fundraiser parties. And you can do a fundraiser party 15 minutes. I've got 2 15-minute parties this week. You can do the typical 5-day. You could do a 1 hour. I don't care how you do it, just do it. Don't let April end without saying, I'm going to go for it. And then you just keep pushing yourself. You guys, a $600 fundraiser is probably 8 to 12 orders, depending on your show average. We all know 8 to 10 to 12 people that will probably jump in and place an order if you sold it the right way and told them what you were doing. Okay. And again, don't freak out about what's the template for that. It's your normal template that you just let them know the percentage that's going to go. All right. So if sales were under 600, it's going to be 20%. If sales are over 600, it's 30%. And for every $1, it's 10 meals. That's astounding. If you have not seen Pampered Chef upgraded marketing imagery with several new pictures, a new video from Feeding America that says, thank you, Pampered Chef, for what you're doing. And she references right now COVID-19. I also Googled Feeding America and I got their YouTube video that's just a couple of minutes long. And it's really cool because they tell their story of how they can supply meals for such a low cost, the people that bring them their food, and just kind of their system on how they do that. And I can send it to Melody, or you guys can find it as well. And what was really cool is while I was watching, just getting my fundraiser off the ground, I was watching Jimmy Fallon at home, because we all need to laugh now and again. And I love Jimmy Fallon. And he's had each of his celebrities pick a charity that they want to raise money for. And that night, John Legend was on, I kid you not, and his group was Feeding America. And I was like, shut your face. Even John Legend knows that Feeding America is the way to go. So you guys, it's out there, it's relevant, and you can make a really, really big difference. So I don't mean to preach to you. Everybody's doing their own thing. And you know, if you can't do a fundraiser this month, we can still be friends. But I just want to challenge you to say, it is so doable. And I would love for us all to look back on April and be proud of what we did, be proud of the difference we made. And it's okay if we make money while we're doing something good for someone else. There's nothing wrong with that. And so anyway, if you have any questions, or Melody, if there's anything I drastically forgot because I got so excited about Feeding America, please let me know.
Yay, thank you, Julie. Oh gosh, girl, you have a wealth of knowledge about this topic. I was gonna see, is there any way you could share your wording for what you sent out in your customer email? And maybe if there's anything else that you found to help your team, just reach out for these Feed America parties, because we are planning on doing that and focusing on that this next week. So just looking for some wording maybe to help them, whether it's themselves and get orders or have other people. So
Absolutely.
that would be great. And you said that there's not really, you still used your same outline, you just added a few extra posts.
Absolutely. Yeah, because of course we were kind of addressing too this whole cabin fever feeling too. So it was kind of like keeping it fun, doing quick tips, pantry items, things like that. So it didn't feel like a totally different party at all. You know what I meant? I glanced over at my notes. I think it'd be kind of cool for me to tell you a few of the different groups in the past I've done fundraisers for, just to kind of keep your mind open to. So women's club, I've done a women's group. I've done 2 gymnastic studios, several soccer teams, school groups, cancer walks. Let's see, I told you mission trips, theater groups, choir groups, almost everybody. Every other person probably belongs to some nonprofit group. And again, we don't know what's coming with the world. We don't know how many summer camps they're going to be, because usually I can do a summer camp fundraiser for kids, things like that. But those are just a few more samples of groups that I've done fundraisers for.
Awesome. Is there anyone that has some questions for Julie? If you have a question, just unmute yourself and you can ask her it. Anyone have any questions?
Hi, Julie. This is Lisa Buck. I have just a general question. I know it kind of probably might sound dumb, but what if I decided that, hey, I want to do this fundraiser, say for Make-A-Wish Mid-South in Arkansas, and it, of course, it goes throughout that whole area, and give them my commission as well. So then that way, everything goes to them. Does Pampered Chef give anything extra whenever the consultant gives their portion of it as well?
That's a great question and such a great idea. The answer is no, because Pampered Chef doesn't know that you're doing that. And so, that's something that you'll work out with that organization. Do they want you to go on their website? Do they want a paper check? But there's no way for Pampered Chef to track that. And so, I think that's a very nice idea.
Okay. Well, I volunteer with Make-A-Wish, so I thought it'd be a cool idea to put it out there to them and let them know that this is an option. And right now, they're probably looking for some fundraisers that they can do virtually right now. And this is a big
Mhm.
seller. So yeah, absolutely. I'm going to go for it.
Awesome.
Thank you.
That's so cool, Lisa. You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
Mhm.
So Julie, would you say like on that giving your commission, you basically would just take the what the overall fundraiser and then just give them 15% and write the check for that? Is that how you typically do it if you give your commission as well for it?
Right. I've usually honestly just added 5%. So if it wasn't Feeding America through the normal year, if you were to do a fundraiser with me, I'm going to say your group's going to earn 20% because we're going to get for sure 600 in sales, which that means Pampered Chef would do 15 and I add 5%. So I feel really great about saying, and then I don't do any other gifts. I don't do any other big incentives. So I just donate 5% of my commission most of the time to fundraisers.
Okay, gotcha. Anyone else have any questions at all?
So Christine said in the chat, they're not doubling for non-Feeding America fundraisers, and that is correct. This is the only one that's being doubled.
Anyone have anything else while we're on here? Can a church do a fundraiser to raise for themselves?
Sure. Yeah. So Melly, I don't want to step on your toes if you wanted to address it.
Nope, you.
And I'm glad you guys asked that. The truth is we can't do a fundraiser for an individual. So say someone is fighting cancer. I can't write a check to Melody. It's going to have to be to, the hospital or whatever group she's set up. We can't write a check to a GoFundMe or anything like that. But a church is a nonprofit and you could write a check to a church. So we've done that for youth groups and remodels or whatever they're doing. So that's a great question. I'm glad that got brought up because there is some things you can't do. Again, an individual cannot be considered a fundraiser.
Anything else? Okay, well, if no one has anything else, Julie, thank you so much for your time. I know I know my brain hurts after a day, so I know yours does too. So I really appreciate you being on
Absolutely.
here and helping all of us understand a little bit more about fundraisers. So
Absolutely.
show
Good night,
Julie some
everybody.
love, telling her thank you. So
bye, guys. Good luck.
Thank you,
bye,
Julie.
Thank you. I got to find my mouse. Oh, bye.
Bye. All right, everybody. Does anyone else have any questions for me at all on anything before we go? Thumbs up if that was helpful. You guys got some good information. I know that, oh, I like the actual thumbs up that you can do now on there. That's very fun. So I got some good ideas as well. So the plan is to do a fundraiser this next week. And for the Feed America that she was talking about. So the best thing that we can do for this is if we do it as a mega event, kind of like she was talking about, okay? So basically on a mega event, you are finding hosts or you yourself can be in on the mega event and invite your people to it, okay? But basically it is an event that I will run the posts for and you invite your people to it. Okay, whether you guys find, like I said, your own hosts, you send out an email and you get some people that are interested, or you send out messages on Facebook, or the wording that Julie will send to me, I will forward on to you guys on how to book some of these Feed America fundraisers. Okay, and then we basically are in a big event together where we have our customers and our hosts in there and sharing the information. And that way, everyone, what it does, the mega events do, is when you have that amount of people in there, it creates a lot of momentum. Okay, a lot of people seeing the posts and just a lot of positive feedback and, maybe some booking parties. Okay, so they would still be ordering from you. Okay, they would still be ordering from your particular fundraisers or your host. Like say you have a host in there with their people, they will still be ordering from that person. So there's not going to be links listed. Okay, there will be no individual links listed in this party. Okay, it will be, I will repeat over and over again, contact, you know, the person that invited you. Okay, we can do it that way, or you guys are more than welcome to have your own parties. Okay, have your own, you yourself do one, or maybe you do one, and if you have, let's say, 3 people that are interested, maybe throwing those 3 people in a party together and having those 3 hosts. You know, maybe it's you hosting one and 2 of your friends hosting a Feed America one, and coming together, you know, and doing that. I'll put out a poll tomorrow and see who would be interested in doing it the mega party way versus who would just like to throw their own, or maybe group some Feed America hosts together. Okay, so I'll provide that as a poll and just kind of get the feedback from you guys on what you are, what you would prefer that we do, because I'm willing to do a mega event.
I love the mega event idea.
Do you? And not necessarily, it wouldn't have to be, I could have that option available, and not everyone, if it's something where you feel comfortable doing your own, you could always do your own too. So, but maybe having that option available. So I'll throw that out and you guys watch for that.
I
And
have a quick question.
yes,
You're talking about them for next week?
yes. So like,
Okay, because I've got a really big party going on. I don't know if I can handle 2 at one time.
well, and that's another thing. You can do them whenever you feel comfortable. Okay, so,
Okay.
and if I do end up doing a mega event, you wouldn't necessarily be running the mega event. You would just be able to add your people to it. Okay, so if you go that way, but if you are not comfortable, let's say you have already 6 parties on your calendar next week and you're like, that's a lot for me, then look at doing a Feed America one the next week. Okay, it doesn't have to be done, just like Julie said, just sometime this month, be sure you're doing them, because that is a big contribution that Pampered Chef is making. And think about, guys, right now, how much food that will be at these local food pantries where people need it. Okay, so that's the main thing she wants to get across. How you do it, when you do it, I mean, that choice is yours. So I just wanted to throw out that option. Anyone else have any questions before Debbie does our drawing?
I do. So how on the mega event, does that, like, we wouldn't really get sales on that for us, would we?
Yes, you get paid on fundraisers, but that's where she was saying the fundraiser pay is the 15% versus the 20%. Yeah. So you would still get, they would still be ordering from you specifically.
Oh, I thought it was like one big event that they're ordering from.
No, they'll still be ordering from you individually.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess I wasn't sure how that worked.
Mm-hmm.
And now I do have one other question that's totally unrelated to fundraisers.
Yes.
But where do we go on Consultants Corner to find out how many points we have earned towards one of the reward trips?
Towards
I know
the trips?
before, but I can't find it.
Yes, if you go into
Reports and tracking,
Reports and tracking.
and then incentive trips.
I cannot get out of this page. Where is
Thank you.
And you have to scroll down the page when you get to the incentives trips piece of it. And there's just a little button down in the middle of the page that says track my progress.
So where are incentive trips? What is it under?
So reports and tracking.
It's under the
Hold on.
That's what I was looking for, and I couldn't find it. I'm not seeing it anywhere.
No, it's under Explore. Not reports and tracking. Under Explore, where you go to reward recognition and incentive trips.
Yes,
There's your
sorry about that.
incentive trips. That's okay.
Oh, I see it. Thank you.
Then track my progress is right there.
Got it.
You
Okay,
can
so yeah.
also go from where you go to your reports and tracking, that top one, the that has all your team and you can see all your sales. It's got it over there in the right-hand corner. Also is another way you can get to it.
Okay.
In the, are you
Oh, I
talking about
see
in
what you're saying.
consultant
Yeah.
connection summary?
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah, and Consult Connection. Yeah. I was
Yeah.
like, what are you talking- okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was getting to it some way from reports and tracking.
Anyone else have any other
Yeah,
questions?
incentives calculator.
Yeah, there you are.